Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Millennial Wave. I'm Rachel Kayleen, and today I'm here with Coach Marcus. He is a basketball trainer, entrepreneur, leader of the youth, and he likes to tell me that he's a part-time comedian. So, Marcus, thanks for coming on the Millennial Wave.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, are you excited to be here?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So for those of you that don't know, I'm out here in Sacramento, and I like interviewing a lot of different leaders out in the Sacramento area. Me and him connected on Instagram and Facebook. I've had you on Facebook probably for like 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. So, yeah, because I went to Intercom. We're both from Natomas, or I don't know if you're from Natomas. Okay, got it. So I don't know if I ever told you this. I don't know if you know this, but I used to go to California Family Fitness. I used to work out there.
Okay.
And I used to see you in there all the time. Well, you used to go there, right? Yeah, literally, that's how I knew it was you on my Facebook. I was like, this guy looks so familiar. And I was like, oh, I see him at FamFit all the time playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, no, it's okay, because I didn't really go in there. I just would, like, peek in. I had a couple of friends from Intercom that would go and, like, you know, train there and play basketball. And then I would see you. I'd be like, oh, he looks like, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, but for those of the audience that doesn't know who you are, because a lot of listeners are from Sacramento, mutual friends probably, tell everyone a little bit about what you do currently, or at least your background, like growing up, what led you into what you do now, why do you do what you do, things like that.
What led me to do what I do now is because playing basketball, wasn't that good in high school. I was okay, but I wasn't that good.
What was your position?
I was a point guard, shooting guard, but I was small. I was like 5'4", 5'5" on a good day. So
Isaiah Thomas? Is that an Isaiah Thomas quote?
Yes.
That is Isaiah Thomas.
I don't know what it is, but it sounded like it.
That's what I say.
No, okay.
People ask me how tall I am. I say I'm 5'4", 5'5" on a good day.
No, okay, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, you're messing up my story.
Sorry.
So, yeah, so I went to Sierra College. I sat out for 2 years. And then I wanted to play in college so bad, so I just became obsessed with it. And then I went to an open gym at Simpson University. That's the college I went to. And I made the team. Well, I got a scholarship there, not a full, partial. And then I played there 4 years and got all leagues my senior year. So I got better with time. And then from there, I just started training players from there because they seen how I wasn't that good, but then they seen me in college playing against Boise State, UC Davis, Sac State. So then everybody just kind of started going with the wave I had. And then I called myself Smooth Handle at first, but then I changed it to Strive Above Others. And during that time, like 2013, Instagram started to get more like popping in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So then I got a following. I think another trainer shouted me out, and then ever since then, it went crazy. And I've been known in Sacramento for what I do, training, coaching, all that.
Okay, so take me back real quick. You said that you were playing basketball in high school, and you said you weren't that good. Like, you're sitting out. You said you were short.
Yeah.
So did you start playing basketball when you were in high school? Like, how soon were you playing basketball, and why?
So I started when I was young. But I first played baseball, but I started basketball really young. And what happened was I was always good, but then my junior year, I didn't grow, and everybody else seemed to grow, and I just kind of stayed the same. And that year I sat out, like the most I've ever sat out. And then my senior year still didn't grow. And, the other young guys better than me, honestly. So I just had to work hard to get where I was at, get where I wanted to get.
When you look back at, like, your junior and senior year of high school, or, like, the years that you felt stagnant,
Mm-hmm.
do you think back to anything that you were doing that made you stagnant, that made you sit out? Like, what do you think it was?
Not working hard. Not working hard at all. I was just content, thinking that I was better than everybody, but realistically, I wasn't.
So it was ego.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
So then when you were going into your senior year, people are maybe getting offers. Some people maybe in their junior year, they're getting offers from different schools. What was happening with you? Did you get any offers? Why Sierra College? Like, everything going into your college years of basketball.
I think everything happens for a reason. I can't pinpoint why I went to Sierra, but when I went there, I tried to try out, but the coach said no. So
why?
I didn't catch. I'm not like an eye catcher. When you see me, I was small. Wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't something. He already had his players and everything, and I'm not trying to say he was a bad coach or anything. I understand now being a coach, so I just took that and said, okay, He actually let me work out a few times with him, and I seen what I need to improve on to get to that point.
He let you work out with him.
Well, yeah. After the season, I went to a few like open runs and workouts, and yeah, and I became really cool with the starting point guard, and he kind of showed me the ropes in a way, like what I needed to do, and I just took it to the next level.
Okay, so let's say your first year of college at Sierra College, you didn't make the team. You were not playing basketball.
Not playing.
No. So
first 2 years, I was not playing.
First 2 years?
Yeah.
Community college is 2 years.
Yeah, I was not playing. I was going to school part-time.
Okay, so then let's say you didn't have like the max credits that you needed to transfer to a 4-year college.
I just made the requirement. You needed 24 to get in to my school. I just made it, and my SAT score was just right. My GPA in high school was just right to get me into Simpson.
Wait, so did you go to Sierra first or Simpson?
Sierra, then I went to Simpson.
Okay. How long were you at Sierra until you went to Simpson? And what is Simpson? Where is that? What is that?
Redding, California. It's a small 4-year school, Christian school.
Okay. So why the transition to Simpson? Like what? How did that all happen?
So, not to get religious on you, but I always wanted to go to Christian Brothers when I was younger.
Okay.
But I went to Intercom and
Why?
Thomas. I wanted to know more about God, so I was like, I wanted to go to a Christian school. So that's why I was going to originally go to William Jessup at first, but they didn't give me no scholarship, so I went to Simpson.
Okay, so you were at Sierra. You didn't play any basketball at Sierra. You were never on the team.
No.
So during your second year of Sierra, is that when you made the decision to go to Simpson?
Yeah, I went to a few tryouts. Well, open runs, but they're kind of like tryouts. Like you go play in front of the coach.
At Simpson?
Yep.
Okay, so then when did that like light bulb go off? Like, oh, I want to go to Simpson.
When they gave me a scholarship.
Okay, how'd you get the scholarship?
I played in front of the coach and he liked me.
He just said, hey, let's give you a scholarship.
Yeah, I kept up with it. I kept talking to him. It's obviously, so when you're not like a high recruit player, you know, you got to go different ways. So I met the coach that day and I stayed in contact with him. And then he told me to do my application and everything, and I did my application. And then he told me how much money he could give me, and then we went from there.
So literally, just by you showing up and going to like an open gym, right, an open run, you were able to catch the attention of a 4-year college coach, and him say, "Hey, I like you. I like the way you play." Do you say that like the way that you were playing, was it better than what you were doing when you first got to Sierra?
Absolutely.
It was mostly like when you worked out with the starting point guard at Sierra, or like the coach and the team.
So let's go back. So I would work out with him, the starting guard at Sierra, and then I went to a place called Country Day, which is around here, not too far, and that's where they had like overseas players. They would do it every summer. So those 2 summers I wasn't playing, I was working out with them, and then I met NBA player James Johnson, and I met him at California Fan Fitness.
What?
He came in. Yeah, he came in. He was playing for the King, but he wasn't playing, so he would come play at Cal Fit. So I'm with all my friends, and we all acting crazy, and we're running the gym, whatever. And he comes, he's like, okay, I got next. And I was like, all right. And he was like, this is the run here? I'm not knowing who he is. So I'm like, yeah, this is the run. Like, come on, get your 5. So he came, like, with his own 5. And he's like, I got you because you talk a lot. So I'm like, okay, like, guard me, see what happens. Because most times you come to Cal Fit, my team always wins. But I'm not trying to brag, I'm telling you my story. So then he was guarding me. And this dude took the ball from me and dunked like the nastiest dunk I've ever seen. And I'm like, okay, that's random. That's a fluke. That never happens. So then I picked him up full court, and he was just doing stuff that I'd never seen before. Next minute, he shot it from half court and made it. I'm like, damn. So my friends like, guard him. Like, I'm trying. You see, I'm trying. This dude is good. So then we went back and forth. So the game is damn near tied. And he said, I'm going to game it on you. I'm like, no, you're not. And he caught it, turned around, bang. I said, okay, who are you? He goes, I'm James Johnson. I'm like, okay, I don't know who you are. He goes, I play for the Kings. I'm not playing right now. Me and him became cool. Then I started working out with him. And then when I say he worked out 3 times a day. 3 times.
Wow.
He picked me up. And that's when I was like, okay, I got to keep working harder because obviously I'm not going to the NBA. That's out of the question.
Why?
He was 6'8" and athletic. And
so you just by looking at him, you're like, there's no way.
Yeah, you started. That's when I met my reality. Okay, I'm not going to go to the NBA, but let me get to college.
Okay, can I ask you this though? Like, keep that thought. But do you say that you weren't going to be able to go to the NBA because you believed that you couldn't, or because you saw the type of work that this guy James Johnson had to put in, and you knew that it was possible, but you just weren't willing to put in that same amount of effort?
Yes, in a way, but then you realize, okay, well, NBA is a lot of things go into it. Your age, where you play at. I mean, I could have tried my hardest, but realistically, I don't know if that would have been something for me. Just being honest, you know what I mean? You got to meet reality at some point, right?
Hmm.
So that was my reality where, okay, I know I couldn't do that, but I can try my best to strive for it, but I know I'm not going to get there. But as long as I do the max of I can do, and then see, I have a little brother, so maybe my little brother looks up to me and this, that, and the other, something like that.
Okay, so you were working out with this guy. You were working
Mm-hmm.
out with James. Tell me what else happened. What continued from there?
So working out with him, so he picked me up in the morning, went to the gym. So I'm like, okay, put up 500 shots, we worked out, boom, went home. He hit me again, we're going again. And so I'm like, dang, I just got to the house. So now it's noon. So then we go, he checks me back. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm about to go to sleep. I get to sleep, I get a text, I'm coming to get you again. I'm like, bro, what the hell? I ain't never worked out this hard in my life. So then in the Kings practice facility, they got a hot tub and a cold tub. So after we did our workout, he showed me what you're supposed to do and stuff, showed me a tour, and just motivated me. And he told me I could have won D1. So that kind of inspired me in a way.
Wow.
So then ever since then, I was working. And then the crazy thing about him, during that time, he was about to get cut, but then he went to the G League. Then he got picked up by the Grizzlies. Then he got picked up by the Raptors. And now he's with the Heat, and he just signed a long-term deal.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
That's crazy.
I haven't talked to him in a while, though, but
Yeah.
that was a good experience for me. That kind of helped me get to where I'm at today.
Wow. And is he playing? Like,
Oh, yeah,
he's playing.
Yeah,
like,
he's playing.
Now do you look at all the work that he put in? You're like, yeah, you definitely deserve that.
Yeah,
Like, he
absolutely.
definitely put in the work.
Yeah.
Wow. I love those type of stories. I'm like, damn, he's really 3 times a day. That's insane. So how long were you guys keeping up with that schedule? And then what happened once, like, let's say he was doing his thing, he's playing for the Kings, you're doing your thing, you're working towards what?
To be honest, we kept that schedule for like probably a few weeks because he ended up leaving and stuff. But that little short amount of time, and I won't forget that what he did. And he brought my brother with me, he brought my cousin with me. Like, he always was so cool and nice to move for that short amount of time, and that impacted me from here to now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So that one person made like one of the bigger impacts
Yeah.
in your basketball career.
Yeah, going to his house, seeing a mansion like I never seen.
Where did he live in? Westlake.
Yeah.
like with Ben McLemore, like where he lives.
I don't know.
Or where he used to live. Westlake.
Yeah,
He's on that big court? Oh wait, I'm not gonna say that. Just kidding.
I don't know where he lives.
Well, I don't even know. He's still in SAC, right? Ben McLemore, he still plays for the Kings.
Yeah, and actually I knew Ben McLemore's little brother, so
Kevin.
Rest in peace, his brother.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know where he lives exactly, but I was in Westlake. I seen the house, I seen the cars, seen everything. I was like, I want this. So.
And this is for someone that wasn't even playing.
But yeah, now he's playing.
Yeah, and you can only imagine Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really crazy. Okay, so after you guys like worked out and everything, he had to leave, right? And then what were you doing?
I went back to when I kind of stayed on track. I got my friends together. We would work out every day. You probably see me at CalFit. I'm trying to work, and then I was nervous on my first year at Simpson. What year was that? That was 2013. So then 2013 came. I did okay.
So you played that season. You didn't sit out.
No.
You were playing. Were you starting?
No.
No.
So what
were
happened
you a
with that?
freshman or a sophomore in Simpson? What were you in yours?
So I'm a freshman. Yep, I'm a freshman because I didn't take any units. So I came in as a freshman, but I still had units behind me.
Mm-hmm.
He had his team already.
Okay.
So I've been working out with NBA players, doing all this stuff. So when I come in, he didn't know I was going to be that good. So he was like, look, you can play, but I already recruited these guys, so I got to give them this opportunity. I want you to keep working hard. So I kept working hard. I probably complained a little bit here and there, but kept working hard, and then I got my opportunity. We played the top 4 NAIA. Was it top 20 NAIA? And I did hecka good. So now let's get more in the story. The coach had a son, which was the guard too. So we both point guards. So obviously he ain't gonna play me over his son.
His son was on the team.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why I met adversity for sure. So I always had to work in front of, like, work extra because I'm competing with a son. Who's gonna bench their son? You know what I mean? Especially out of college, you're not gonna bench your son. So I kept working.
Was the son good?
Yeah, his son was good.
Okay.
But yeah. If
you think you were better?
Of course I'm gonna say I was better. Yeah. Yeah, I was
Okay. I mean, like, if you're being honest with yourself, like, do you think you were better?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, but I'll tell you the story. But so when I first get there, I had to guard him, and I take the ball from like 4 or 3 times. No one knows who I am. So then now my name is starting to get known. Then he ends up getting hurt. I forgot what happened. He hurt his knee or something. So we played a top 20 team, which was Masters, and we beat them. So now people are like, who is this kid coming in? And now they're beating teams. And then we played the #1 team in our league, and then we
What
beat
team was that?
Cal Maritime.
Okay.
And it was a close game. We should have won, but we ended up losing. But then I came in, and I had like 16 points, but I didn't play that much.
Wow.
So now they're like, okay, who is this kid?
Mm-hmm.
So then the coach ends up getting fired. We bring in a new coach.
The coach with the son?
Yeah, he ended up getting fired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got fired off something crazy. But then we got a new coach, and then I'm still working that same year, still working. Did okay. So I got to amp this up a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So then I start just working out harder. My junior year, I became 6-man, and we went, 10-3 in league, and we won league, and then we went to a tournament. It's called like the NCAA, something like a Christian tournament thing.
Okay.
And then my senior year, whatever, I got all league, and then boom, I started training people. Well, I started training people in my sophomore year. One of my teammates asked me to train them. I never trained nobody before. And then I started training kids, and then as I'm playing, parents are seeing that I'm playing, so they want me to train a kid. And I'm from Sac, so I know everybody. So then I started building my name. So now my name is okay, not that big, but when I say it's small.
Okay. So what inspired you to go and train others? Like, yeah, it turned into like a rolling effect. You kind of like fell into it. But what made you want to continue to do it? Like, when did you think, oh, wow, I can actually have something from this?
A lot of things. So let's go back. So in high school, I have a mom and dad, and I'm fortunate to have that. A lot of people don't. So going to Intercom, well, you don't. You're kind of younger, but going to Intercom during that time, Intercom was like kind of a rich school in a way. Like
really? You should see it now.
Compared to Natomas High School,
okay,
it's night and day.
It's a new school, yeah.
So you would have people driving Benz and, whatever, had money. But then going to Natomas, you got kids that don't really got clothes. You got clothes, but they not like dressed like Intercom, you know what I mean? So you got people in Natomas, on both sides to me, misguided and wouldn't say followers, but just misguided in a way. So by having my dad who's in law enforcement, my mom wrote a book, and obviously training can play a big impact in kids' lives, you know what I mean? So you can just impact kids more by, training them. I'm like a mentor, I'm a therapist, I'm everything to these kids because, a training session some days might not be a training session. It might be, hey, man, my mom and dad, or hey, I got suspended from school, or hey, I didn't make grades, so now I got to be a mentor or talk to them about stuff like that. So me being a trainer is a lot more than just what it sounds like.
Yeah. So you're like more like the role model. You're more like a parental figure to these people.
Yeah, because like my dad was that's how my dad was to me. But not everybody's gonna have that. Not everybody gonna have that guidance. Or sometimes they're not gonna listen to their mom or dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like I said, when did you realize you had something from it? Like, who were you training? What type of kids were you training? What age? What school? What background?
Training my teammates. I think once I start training my teammates, that's big. Who's gonna let their?
Were you working out with them and training them, or what was?
Well,
my
junior year, my senior year, I tore my meniscus.
In college?
Yeah. So then the first half of the season, I couldn't do nothing. So I became like a trainer. I started training, but the teammates are listening to me. So once you know basketball players, a lot of egos. So once you're listening to you, so it's like, damn, I'm playing impact. But then once I come to Sac and I don't know, just make that impact, that positive influence, like we talked about earlier. You know what I mean? So that's all I keep trying to do, is be positive and be that role model I can be.
So you finished with Simpson.
Yeah.
Did you do anything after that, or did you just come back to Sacramento?
No, I came right back.
Okay, and then who'd you start training? Like, where'd you start training in Sacramento? How'd that start? Because you went from Redding, right, to Sacramento. It's like 4 hours. It's not the same people. Who were you training? Where'd you start?
So, like I said, social media played an impact in that too. I got all these followers, and then people just knew about me automatically, and I'm from Sac. So, like my family, if you don't know me, you know my dad. If you know my dad, you know my mom. If you know my mom, you know my brother. So, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, people just hear about me, and I just keep going off that.
And they'll message you, and they'll be like, hey, Marcus, like, I'm trying to work on my game. Like, can you help me out? Yeah. Where would you do most of the training sessions?
All over Sac right now. I'm all over. Gym to gym. Wherever the kid is, I'll figure out a way.
So what year did this training start?
2012-ish.
Wow. So what, 7 years?
Yeah.
7 years of training.
Yeah.
Is this the biggest year you've seen so far, or what's been the biggest year? What's been the most
This
impactful?
will be the biggest year.
Okay.
Because the plans I got, so this will be.
Can you share the plans?
Just keep marketing myself and just building, and my name will become the name that needs to be.
So what's the vision for it? What's the vision for the training? What are you trying to do? What type of, are you trying to do some camps? Are you trying to have guests come in and train? Like what?
I want to do things my own, so by myself, and the person that I am will show the people, and they'll start to see just not only the person I am, but the knowledge of the game that I have and my background. It all comes together. So just doing different things, like I want to go to Venice Beach and I want to play personally. I want to continue to coach my AAU teams. I want to go to the Philippines and go play, connect with some people, and just do stuff like that.
You want to still play?
Not still play. Well, yeah, in a way, but not still play.
You want to go you want to go to Venice Beach and play, and you want to go to the Philippines and play. What do you mean by that?
Because by me doing it, it's going to show what the kid's going to look. All the kids that follow me, they're like, oh, what is he? I want to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can show them the ways, then they can, when it's their opportunity, they can do it. You know?
Yeah. So, okay, so you're trying to just kind of showcase, hey, I'm not going to show you anything that I'm not willing to do myself.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you think is like the biggest impact you've seen on some of the different kids that you've worked with? Like, what are some of the, you can kind of expand this, but what are some of the challenging moments you've dealt with? Whether it be parents, whether it be attitudes, whether it be egos, whether it be fights. What are some of the great times that you've had, the most inspiring, where you're like, wow, I can't believe I changed this kid's life? Like, what are some of those moments that you can share that will help someone, no matter if they're watching this and they want to do their own thing, or someone that may be dealing with their own trials and tribulations?
Those are good questions.
Thanks.
So I got a few notable names. I would say just, seeing these kids, like training them and go to college. Like Solomon Young, me and him became cool. I met him at Cal Fit,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's at Iowa State. So
Wow.
Seeing these kids go from high school to college, boom, that's it. Missing them, they did it, boom. So that's why like the biggest challenges is definitely the parents.
The parents?
Yes.
Okay, give me some like examples. Like, are you, first of all, let me ask them, are you charging these kids?
Yes.
When did you start charging?
From day one, but
Day one, really?
Yeah. I work with them, so whatever their situation is, I'll work with them. But yeah, you got to charge. Unfortunately, in life, nothing's free, so you have to.
Right away. Even with your teammates in Reading?
Yeah.
You were charging your teammates in
I
Reading?
wasn't charging them crazy, like, hey, give me $10 so I can go get a snack or something.
Oh!
So,
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
Okay, I got you. So then when you came to like Natomas and
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento, what's the age range, if you don't mind me asking, for the kids that you
You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
From 9 to like 65.
65?
Yeah, I train older people too. Like some older people have goals too.
What's like, why would someone that's over the age of like a normal basketball player in their prime, why are they getting basketball training?
Because they got goals too. They got leagues they're in and they want to.
They want to dominate that daddy league.
The daddy league? I guess. The
like
grandpa
dad.
league?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I don't mind it though. Everybody, I mean, you're never too old, I guess, to reach,
So how do you separate them and like their levels?
Yeah,
and
but then, they're obviously separated. You're not going to put a 65-year-old with a 10, 15-year-old, you could switch it. So, so I have individual sessions, I have group sessions, I have team sessions sometimes, and
Wow. So back to what I was saying. You said the parents are the biggest issue.
Yes.
Parents are the biggest issue.
Yes.
What are some of the different things that you've encountered and why?
Okay, like I told you, I wasn't good in high school. Some players are not good.
Okay.
Let's be real.
And you tell them.
Some of these players, like some of these parents think their kid going D1. No. I didn't go D1. I'm not saying, no, it does not work like that. Like D1 is, everything has to kind of go right. You have to be a good player, right coach, right AAU thing. So AAU team. So a lot of things play into it. So a lot of parents they don't understand the reality. They think, oh, that's my son. He's gonna do this. That you can't be mad at that at the same time. But at the same time, you're like, okay, reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you have to tell the parents that, or do you have to tell the kids that? And do the kids like have an idea?
Parents.
The kids, do they have an idea like, oh, I'm not that good?
I mean, there's some kids that probably don't like me because I was honest with them, but I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm just always be honest.
So the parents, how do they react when you say, "Hey, listen, like your son, he's not that good"?
I don't say it like that. First of all, you gotta say it the right way.
How do you
Hey,
say it? I want to know.
I would just be like, let's try to, like, one parent asked, I want my kid to go to college. I want my kid to go, I think it was like Sac State.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, let's make the high school team first.
Mm.
Let's do that, and then go from there. So
Okay, so these are like young kids.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's crazy. So the parents are one of the biggest factors when it comes to. Do you train girls as well?
Yeah, I do.
You do.
Girls are actually way
Easier.
more easier. They listen. They pay attention. It's like night and day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. So when you're like training these kids, when you're training all these different people, how fast until you start to see some growth in these kids?
So that's a good question. So there's different types of players. You have your elite players already, so you're not really teaching them anything. They already know they already know how to play. You're just getting them a good workout. You might work on certain little things, but they already know. So then you got the kid that's okay. So you might work on things like your left hand or left hand finishes. And then you have the beginner where you can work on anything. So you can just start them. I like to work on the fundamentals and then drill in or whatever the case may be. So, yeah.
Okay, so now that you're more established, like you have your brand Strive Above Others, like does anyone see this right there? Like he's wearing his brand. We have you'll be surprised, every single like guest we have on that has like a business or a brand, they're always wearing their gear, which is smart, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But where did that come from, Strive Above Others? You said it was Smooth Handles?
Yeah.
Then where did Strive Above Others come from and when?
It came from, my high school and my junior year when I wasn't playing. And I told myself, I remember I was sitting there and I was like, I'm going to be better than everybody on this damn team because I was not playing. After a while, you go through a stretch of like 20 games, 15 games you're not playing. You start to think, you got a lot of time to sit on the bench and start thinking about life. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be better. So then we zoomed to college and I'm at Simpson. I don't know, I was just writing something down. And I was just like, man, strive. And I was like, above. And I was like, others. Okay, we go with that one. Here we go. We doing big things.